School campaign flyer design on Pixellab application. Hello guys, thanks for joining us. This is Don's Graphics here. This particular tutorial is going to teach you a step-by-step guide on how to achieve a political or school campaign flyer with the help of your Pixellab application. If you are joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe, like the video, and make sure your notification is turned on. The video or this tutorial was requested by Don's Graphics, if I got the name correctly. Right, so it was requested by him. Shout out to you. We're doing this one your request. Okay, so we're going to begin the design. Don't go anywhere because this is coming up. All right guys, so I'm going to delete everything and start from afresh. Right, so so you can see what's happening now. We're going to use our default text, delete it, and proceed to your three dots by the top right. Go to image size and change this to, by changing this to 1023 by 1280. So that's the size of our design, and I'm going to import the background. Now I created this background myself with Pixellab and Pixart. If you want me to show you how I created the background, okay guys, so this is the background. This is the background I created. If you want me to create a particular tutorial on how to create this kind of backgrounds on Pixellab, just drop a comment and I will do just that. I just want 20 comments requesting for how to manipulate backgrounds, and I will do a particular specific video on how I came about with this background. Now without wasting much of time, let's proceed. So I'm going to import this into the design, and as we import it into the design, the next thing we are going to do is to bring in the image. We're going to bring in the image of the person vying for a position. So we'll bring in the image of the candidate. So I have this one here. I'm just going to crop it. Okay, I'm going to crop it out. So after cropping it out, size it up neatly, and just position it here. Position it this way on this section of your design. Okay, then let's reduce it a bit. Okay, we're going to be adjusting it as time goes on, so we're going to size it this way. Now when you look at this design, there are things we call alignment in design. Not just your elements have to be aligned and appear in a balanced manner, but also your text and every other thing in your design. So when you see us positioning the image this way, just know that we want to create the design using some kind of what we call a design that allows for typography to fall on one side and the image on one side. So you want to create that kind of a balance or that kind of a flow in this particular design. All right, now we're going to bring in since the campaign flyer, we're going to bring in a thumb print icon. I got one. I'm going to bring it into the design. Okay, so this is it, and what we're going to do is just to size this up neatly, then we send it to fall to the back of the design. Okay, and what we're going to do is to change the color. So go to color, change it, and we're going to pick a color from the background. So click on your plus button and let's pick a color using your color picker. Pick a color from the background. So we're picking this bright color. We're picking it from here, and this is it indicating in the color monitor. Then you can click on the check mark and we have this particular color. If you can't pick it out, this is the color code is 63 EDF8 EDF8. That's the color code. Click on OK. Now you can see that this is what we have. After realizing this, we are going to fade it into the background. You see that? Just fade it until it's around, let's say, just 5%. Fade it into the background. Yeah, so lock it up. Now after realizing this, the next thing we're going to do is to bring in the logo of the school in question. So I got a particular school here. So this is the school. Okay, but if you look at the logo, if we position it this way, it will not make sense because it's not visible. So what are we going to do? We are first of all going to bring it here. Okay, let's reduce it a bit. Then we're going to do what? To crop. So I'm going to crop. Click on crop tool. Mind you, I will leave all of these images on the link provided in the video description, so just do what to like the video and watch it to the very end. So we're going to copy it. Copy. After you must have cropped it, make a copy of it. So we have two logos now. Then go back to the crop tool, which is here. Click on your crop tool and we crop out the text. So the first thing we did was to crop what? We first of all crop this logo, the icon, and now we're cropping just the text for the second part. So we're going to increase this a bit, then we'll bring it here. So the university is called National University. Change the color into white, okay, and you can reduce this a bit once again. So we have that, it's well in place. And the next thing we're going to do is to bring in. So let's make a copy of this icon, of this fingerprint icon, reduce it in size neatly, position it here. So I'm going to change the increase the opacity now to full capacity, and push it to forward to the back of the lady. How did I push this? To push this to the back, you just need to push it from here. In order to push this, just push it by long pressing on these 8 dots. You can see that you can freely move, but we're placing it just directly below the image of the lady, okay, just directly below the image of the lady. So we can even increase it a bit in size, position it this way, okay, and I think that's cool. If there are any adjustment, we'll be doing it. So we're going to push the image of the lady as well as the icon. Sorry, let's push it a bit so that we can have some good space for text. Okay, good. So log everything up, and after logging everything up, the next thing we're going to do is to bring in a paper, kind of a book torn paper. So I have this, bring it here, and we're going to change the color by going to color filters. So go to color filters, which is here. Color filters is here. Click on it and play around with the hue. Okay, so play around with the hue color so that the book can have some touches of this blue background color that we have. So just play around with it. Let's see. Okay, so I can leave it at 125, the hue. Then you click on your check mark. So I have this. Now we are going to rotate this. Okay, for obvious reasons, we just want to make it slanty. So let's slant it to about 10% and shift it upwards. Let's shift it inward. Now one thing you must take note of is let's increase it a bit in size. So as you are shifting it, one thing you must take note of is the alignment. It should fall along the same alignment with the logo or the icon here. So I'm going to bring in the logo. You see the logo is far away. I'm going to bring in the logo to align with the text with that book torn paper. Okay, good. Now after realizing this, go to shapes, select a square, bring it this way. All right, and let's increase the radius to about 17. Then on color, we are going to give you this blue, perfect blue color. So how can you get a perfect blue color? Just click on what? Your plus button, and pick the color from the background. This is the color picker. Let's pick the blue color just from the background. So we're picking from here and it's showing here. Click on your check mark. Can you see that? Okay, good. But I think this one is too obvious, so maintain this one and let's stretch it out a bit. So remember, we rotated this book image, so let's go and check the rotation degree by 10 degrees. So I'm going to rotate this one also by 10 degrees. Then we shift it upwards. and try to centralize it. Okay, just do your best to centralize it to fall neatly on the shape. So we can even increase the book icon a bit again. Then what we're going to do is to shift this book icon. All of them should fall below the image. Okay, they should fall below the image of the lady. Then we can increase this one as well. All right, good. So after doing this, what we're going to do now is to start bringing in some beautiful text here, and we're going to write vote. So we're going to put hashtag vote in capital letters. Bring it here. Then let's change the color to the blue color. Then go to fonts, and we're using a font called HK Grotesque Semi Bold. It's one of my favorite fonts, guys. You can check out this font from that font. And since we're rotating all the elements, we're also going to rotate this one. Okay, let's rotate this one also by -10, and just shift it downwards to fall on this shape. Okay, so we have vote. Then what we're going to do here is to respect this common principle in graphic design, to avoid using too much fonts, which does not really make sense. So we're going to just use for this design, for the sake of this design and the sake of this tutorial, we're going to be making use of just two fonts, HK Grotesque fonts and the Nexa heavy font. So right now I'm going to write the name of the candidate. So we begin with Deborah. Deborah is her name. The first name is Deborah. Bring it here. Now I'm going to go to my font, and the font I'm using is Nexa heavy. Like I said, download this font from that font, reduce it in size, Deborah. Then let's rotate it also. Remember the rule, -10 also. We're rotating everything so that it can align. All right, everything must align. So we'll bring this one here. Then we copy the name. And today, because I've been using a lot of Nigerian names, I also want to show the Nigerians some beautiful Cameroonian names. Okay, so today I'm using a name from Bafut in Cameroon. The name is Deborah Manka Sere. So look at how I'm going to play with hierarchy here. So I wrote Deborah, which is smaller, so I'm going to go now with Manka. Okay, I'm not from Bafut though, so but these are all beautiful names from the Bafut fandom in Cameroon, Cameroon's northwest region. So I'm going to increase this in size. Okay, can you see the work of hierarchy? So hierarchy can also help you, to make your design really have that cool vibe. Okay, so increase this one in size. We're going to increase this one, and position it neatly. So I have Deborah Manka Sarah, and the last one is Sarah. So I don't know the meanings. Like I said, I just admire the names. Now for Sarah, we're going to make it the subject very big. Okay, can you see that? Now let's try to do some little adjustments. I think we can reduce the size of Manka a bit to just about 28. Okay, so that it will not be too similar with Manka. Yeah, Deborah should have some difference. So now we're going to select all the names and make sure that it's aligned on that shape perfectly. Okay, you do the adjustments neatly. All right. Yeah, so we have vote Deborah Manka Sarah for what position. So I'm going to put her position here now. Okay, so we're going to put her position. By putting our position, we're just going to go to a shape, select a simple square shape. All right, reduce it in size this way, make it a rectangle, then give it this perfect bright color, and rotate it by what? By 10 degrees as well, minus 10 degrees, sorry, and shift it a little bit closer to this shape. Then what we're going to do is right now to send it to the back of the image of the lady. I've told you, in order to move images is very easy. Just long press on these 8 dots, it can easily move. If you have any worries with that, let me know. And please, as you watch the video, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments on what you think. I'll be reading through. So I'm going to copy this same font, vote. Since I'm going to maintain the same font, like I told you, I'm using just 2 fonts here. So we have vote for Secretary General SG. So Mankasser is going in for SG. Let's make this in capital letters. Then we'll bring it here. And who can tell us the kind of color we should use here? I think we should use white, okay? So that let's see. I think white is not really good for that text, so we maintain the same color, right? Okay, we're going to maintain the same dark blue color. Then we reduce the text in size a bit and make sure that the text fits perfectly well into the shape by reducing its size and bringing it to fit well on this shape. So we have for Secretary General SG. Now, one thing here that I must say is we're going to play around with this thumbprint icon. I think it's too hidden from the design, so I can bring it here and shift it up a bit. Okay, so we have it this way now. Good. What about if we play with this text also? So that's design. As you do your work, always be checking through to see where you can do some amendments. It's your duty to do that. So we have vote. Yeah, I think it's perfect now. Everything is following a middle alignment. So we can equally send up this shape and this text a bit closer to this one. All right, perfect, good. Now the last thing we're going to do is to create another small tiny rectangle down here. Just go to shape, select another tiny rectangle and give it the same dark blue color. Use your relative position to make sure that it's on the middle. Like I said, comment if you want me to create a particular tutorial on how I created the background. I'll do just that, okay? But then I need at least 20 comments before I can do that tutorial to show that there is a lot of seriousness and people want to learn background manipulation. Okay, so I'm reading the comments. As soon as we have 20 comments requesting for the background, I will do just that. Share the video with other graphic designers, like it out, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now we're going to put some of her key slogans or her motto. So we're going to copy this text. Okay, in order to maintain the same font, we're going to write hashtag for change. Make it in caps and bring it here. So remember the text was rotated. We are going to undo that rotation, give it a white color right now. So for change, these are her hashtags. These are just her campaign hashtags. So we have for change hashtag transparency in capital letters as well. So I can reduce the size of this text to just about 20, and this one also. Position this one here. then make a copy and write hashtag the people's SG. So I have the people's SG, hashtag the people's .sg, hashtag the people.sg. So these are some of our campaign slogans. Hashtag the people's.sg, the people's SG. So she's the people's secretary general. All right, and just leave this way. So it rotated by error. We're going to undo that rotation and adjust the text properly. Okay, good. Now that everything is well in place, what we're going to do is to go to layer panel and select our campaign slogans. Use your relative position to make sure that they are on the middle of the design. Okay, so we can check that out and do the adjustments manually. Just make sure that it's balanced. Okay, we're trying to respect all the necessary principles of graphic design here. Okay, and what if we shift it downward? Okay, we can shift this downward a bit so that those are beautiful fingernails can also be showing. Okay guys, the last element we would love to add to this design is a verification, 3D verification icon. I have it right here in my folder, so I'm just going to pick it up. Okay, so this is the verification icon. It's a 3D verification icon. We'd love to put it into the design. Okay, so just minimize its size, place it just right below here, and in order to make the color blend with the background, we're going to go to our color filter option and blend the color. So we can blend it, increase the hue button to 81, and you click on your check mark. Once you can have that blue reflection there, it's safe to continue with the design. So this is the last element that we would love to add to verify the candidacy of Deborah for this election. So with this, that's the wrap on this design, the school campaign flyer on Pixellab application. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm hoping to see you in our next tutorial, but until then, kindly subscribe to the channel and stay blessed. It's Dance Graphics.